really felt the brunt of COVID, and all of a sudden the whole world changed, right? I mean,
Yes.
And especially the wine industry, that was an industry that was used to you visiting, personally, that you took a trip to the winery, that was off the table, at least for the short term. And so you had to embrace social media, you had to embrace video, you had to embrace Zoom. And a lot of wineries weren't really plugged into tech. They weren't really plugged into tech at that time.
The small wineries, this is surprising, 97% of the wineries in the United States are smaller, mainly family owned. And I don't know if you know this, 50 to 80% of their revenue comes from direct to consumer sales.
Right. Yeah.
So tasting rooms, wine clubs, right? Mm-hmm. So imagine what happened last year when their tasting rooms were closed.
Yeah.
Pretty devastating.
Yeah.
They started doing virtual tastings, but then how do you sustain that?
Curbside pickup
pickups
was something that they had to evolve to, because that wasn't something that was really part of their business structure, right? And so curbside pickup, delivery, some wineries were delivering to customers, but those were things that, people went to a winery, they went to the tasting room, they liked that wine, so they got a couple bottles to take home, or maybe a case or whatever. And so there was really a reinvention of how wine was delivered to the consumer at this time. And the wineries, the one thing I have to handle to wineries is, within a week of kind of everything going on, they were making these changes that would have took them years to kind of make in that transition to reaching a new consumer in a new way.
Yeah, there's nothing like a crisis or a pandemic to really allow an industry to innovate.
Right.
And so one of the things that came out of that for us was digital innovation, right? Wine technology. And we were able to bridge the digital divide for the wineries, right?
Yep.
And it was by necessity. When their tasting rooms were closed, they were looking for other ways to connect. And what's nice about this is now they have a sustainable business model where they can create opportunities for engagement. Because at the end of the day, what we're doing is creating experiences. And what I'm trying to do with Pair Anything is really intersecting technology with customer experiences for the wine, and bringing together this amazing community of artisan wineries with up and coming consumers that just needs to be introduced to them, and they're just beginning their journey. And why don't we foster that discovery? Because the other thing that I learned is that for Americans, we really only know about 10 varietals.
Sure.
And we know there's thousands out there.
Right.
And most of us only drink 3, no more than 3 varietals. And
well, we pick our favorites and we kind of stay with those.
So I like to kind of encourage people to go outside their comfort zone.
Sure.
We encourage for you to visit the wonderful regions out here, and to try different varietals. We talked about Amador County, and that's the best representation of Barbera. There's also a long history of Zinfandel in California, and that's grown throughout the state.
Right.
And I was just you're noticing your glass. How do you like that wine?
I do. I like it. It's a new wine for me. And is this the one Jeremy brought in a little earlier, I believe? And Jeremy, can you grab that and mention the name again, because I forget, and the bottle's turned around. So what do we got? What do we got here?
We have a Grenache Syrah blend from Chateau Giroux.
Right, and you got this from Costco.
Costco.
So
there you go.
Once again, that kind of goes with our theme of, you can find wine you like almost anywhere, right?
And really, there is no bad wine.
Right.
It just may not go with what you're having, or your it doesn't match your taste profile or your mood. And the best thing to do is just be open to discovery.
The experience.
And for us, we help you connect with wine experts. You can ask any question. So you're never alone in this journey. And I would love to invite everyone to download. It's a free app. It gets you connected to.
And it's available on Google and all that, I imagine.
Actually, we want it to be accessible for everyone, so it's a web-based app.
Okay.
You can go to app.pairanything.com, and that gets you your passport.
Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, sorry. App.pairanything.com,
Okay.
and that gets you your passport to
Nice.
all the wineries in our region.
You know, I think that what you're doing is great because, I mean, there's two things that go together, wine and food, right? And a lot of us are the uninitiated or just, you know, we don't have all the information. We're always looking for somebody who is an expert to kind of point us in the direction of that wine goes with this, or, you know, this is what this wine's all about, or what's that winery all about? I've heard about them, but, you know, what kind of wine do they serve? Maybe I like this kind of wine, or I like that kind of wine. What kind of wine, you know, if I go to that winery, will I drink? And so, I mean, I think this is a great app in that in that realm.
And so it makes it very easy. You don't have to be an uber wine expert. You could be at whatever level you are,
Right.
and you get the answer. So for Barbera, I'm able to enjoy things like you know spaghetti or the what's one that's like a classic with Barbera. In fact, I'm just going to look it right here.
Yeah, see, here we go. We got the app.
There's
So,
some actually burrata cannoli, and
Okay.
in fact, we can even suggest some recipes for you from the wineries that have done this expert pairings,
nice.
and you can do this at home.
Yeah, and so all that
Or a
information,
restaurant.
is on your phone. It's right in your hand. And so as you're going to the winery, you can check it out, or you know, sit, you know, in the comfort of your home. Maybe you're at work and you're going to glance at that and you're going, oh yeah, we're going to that winery this weekend. You know, here's what their specialties are, and oh yeah, they're serving pizza this weekend when we're there. And so, you know, so you kind of can plan your whole wine trip,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
You know, and make sure that, you know, it's the kind of wine you like, and the kind of food that may go with that wine, and really be excited about your experience at a local winery.
Yeah, and there's actually more, right? You know, we're an agile startup. We do software releases all the time, every couple of weeks, and we do fun things like you could take a pop quiz. They'll ask you questions. You know, how do you like your chocolate? Do you like dark chocolate, milk
nice.
chocolate? And based on those answers, we could then kind of help
Right.
imagine your wine profile.
Sure.
And then, you know, virtual tastings. You could
Yeah.
also make reservations
Okay,
on our app
great.
for virtual tastings. So
There you go.
really anything to engage you, anything about wine, particularly, you know, wine with food. I mean, that was the name, Pair Anything. So
Right.
we really had this vision of being able to combine wine with any foods. And one thing that I like is that it could be any cuisine, right? There's some cuisines that are not known to be paired with wine,
Right.
but why limit yourself?
Well, I think that whole world has really opened up in recent days, in the sense of, you know, foods that we maybe thought didn't go with wine before have, in a lot of these wineries have really opened up to going, hey, our wine can go with this, or it can go with that. And so if you're eating, there's a wine that probably can go with that.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
if you're eating at all. And so, I mean, that's great. And I think the wine blending that's going on right now at a lot of local
exciting,
wineries
yes.
is exciting, is creating new food opportunities, I like to think, to pair the wine. And right here, the Pair Anything app is going to be great for your next wine trip, or even if you're going to the store to pick up a couple bottles of wine.
Absolutely, yes.
You know, you can see which are the local wineries that may be at your favorite grocery store, or a Bevmo, or, you know, Total Wine, you know, and so you can buy local and know that you're supporting local wineries, and that's really kind of what this is all
And
about.
that's the
right?
key. I mean, that's, you know, we have this opportunity to support our local wineries so that they can do what they do best, is to make these phenomenal wines. And how can we, you know, get you to visit and also discover the varietals that they're making? And we just try to make it easy for you. And this app is so adaptive that you can put in, you know, some comments or feedback, and you never know, it might actually be our next feature coming up.
Right, exactly. And this is going to reflect your personal tastes of wine.
Yes.
You know, not just anybody's taste of wine, but what you like. By taking the quiz about chocolate, or, you know, what kind of food you like, is also going to give you an idea of what kind of wine you may like. You know, pairing some wine with spaghetti, or a pasta, or a pizza, or something like that. So the app is Pair Anything. How do folks get it again?
Yeah, so it's app.pair anything, PAIR ANYTHING.com. And if you sign up, let me know. I might send you this aroma glass cover,
Nice.
which actually helps concentrate the aroma of the wine.
Nice.
But also when you're outside, it's practical. It keeps the flies away.
There you go. There you go.
We're doing a lot of outdoor.
Well, we will be,
Tastings, yeah, we
as
will.
the weather gets nicer and nicer, and that's only a month or so away, hopefully, and we'll be drinking a lot of wine outside here in Northern California. Christy, thank you so much.
Cheers,
And,
salute.
Cheers, salute, and make sure you get the app, Pair Anything, and how do you get it again?
app.pairanything.com, or go to our website or Instagram at Pair Anything. And we'd love to have you try it out and let us know what you think of it.
All right, here's to drinking wine.